What's up, Chad? Chad's down at the draft right now.
What's up, y'all? This is Ifati Malafanu, safety for the Detroit Lions. And I just want to take some time out to give a big shout out to Russell Wayne and Main Event Mike from the Detroit Lions Villain Squad. It's a fan page and a podcast. And I just want to say I appreciate the support of me and my team. And I encourage everyone to go check out their podcast and check out their fan page. Go Lions.
Welcome on, ladies and gentlemen. It is some football talk. Some football talk with your boy, Russell Wayne, up in the house. I know it is draft day. It is draft day, and we're ready to get these things started. We're ready to let our team get a little bit better. But first, we are broadcasting live into the Detroit Lions News podcast right there. Joe Chapman, the boys are out there. They're doing it right. They're out there putting out content, Detroit style, 365 days a year. We appreciate you for allowing us into your spot, your page. Make sure that you go follow the page. We're also broadcasting live into the Villain Squad. We are approaching 50,000 villains. Make sure that you follow the page and like the video that you're watching right now. Because if you're watching this video, then you're a football fan. Unless you accidentally came across this, and here we are trying to do this thing. If you accidentally came across this and you're not a football fan, I am sorry. Because we're going to talk about football today. We're going to talk about the NFL draft. The draft. It's tonight. It is tonight. The Lions are going to be on the clock. And they're doing their thing. They're going to be on the clock. But what I wanted to do today was to go through the contracts for both of the contracts that were just signed, because a lot of people are out there like, oh my God, how are we going to do anything if we don't have any money? You just spent all the money. And it's like, this is the fun part for me is going through these contracts and figuring out what they actually mean, right? So let me bring this up right here. We're going to stop sharing that one. Let me see if I can. So here's what I got. Let's get this out of the way. Let's share this right here. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to go through this contract breakdown right here. This is Amon Ra St. Brown and Penei Sewell both signed record-setting contracts for the next 4 years. So you got Amon Ra St. Brown, who signs a 4-year, $120 million contract. Now, at first glance, you're looking at that contract and you're going, oh my God, what are we going to do? It's $30 million a year, but that's not the way that it shakes out. So let's take a look at this. So I'm going to get in here and where is your Amon Ra St. Brown? Where are you at? Where are you at, buddy? Where you at, Amon Ra St. Brown? No. Okay, we can do Penei Sewell first or Amon Ra. Amon Ra St. Brown is right here. Right there. So I don't know if they have this put in here, but this is what he is getting for a base salary this year is $1.366 million, right? And then he gets a signing bonus this year of $3.4 million, which makes his cap number a whopping $5 million this year. Right. And he's getting a lot of this in bonuses and whatnot. And then let's look at this as we go along. Okay, in 2025, his base salary is going to be $8.3 million. His signing bonus will be $3.3 million. And then he has options. And then you add all of that up together, the guaranteed salary is going to be $17 million right there. For his cap number will be $13 million next year, right? Okay, you following us? Okay, let's go into 2026. Now it gets a little bit, this is where it gets crazier, right? You got $27 million in his base salary with a signing bonus of $3.3 million. So you're getting him a lot of that money in that third year. $33 million paid to him right there. Right? And we have $77 million that's guaranteed to him. Okay, let's go into year 4. Year 4, that's at $23 million right there. With your $3.3 million bonus. Let me make sure this is coming through here. Okay, cool. Various bonuses. The cap number is going to be $28 million again, right? And then in 2028, oh, there we are again. There's the big one, right? There's the big one. You're not going to be able to the final year of the contract. $41 million cap number. And right there, that's where you're going to probably either renegotiate. You got a void year on the year after that, which means that right here in 2028, you're going to be able to split that money in half for your void. So when you look at these contracts, like the funny thing that happens with people, they're like, they see $30 million and they go, oh my gosh, we're not going to be able to afford to do anything. Oh my gosh. And the thing is like, they've set it up to where they're really not going to have to deal with that for another 2 years. And by then you are going to be going through a couple drafts, and you need to find ways to save money by finding guys in the draft. And that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So let's go in there and we're going to do the same thing here, because we also have our boy, Penei Sewell. Penei Sewell coming in. And they got him at 4 years, $112 million. We're looking at that. Wow. What a contract. Highest paid tackle in the league, and he deserves it because he's the best tackle in the league. Now, you can argue Amon Ra St. Brown, but I'm not going to allow anybody to throw some nonsense at me like Penei Sewell isn't the man. Like, you can't find me a better left tackle. He's the best. He is the best in every metric, everything. Just write it down, and they've got him locked up now. That's the deal. Right here. So let's look at Penei Sewell. Penei Sewell's right there. His first year's salary this year, his base salary is $1.4 million. With the signing bonus is $6.7 million. Which makes his cap number $8 million. I believe that this contract that he signed, just by these numbers, this looks very similar, other than the base salary, because they did save him some money by doing this contract. But this looks very similar to the rookie deal so far, right? So let's look at this. 2025, Penei Sewell, 1.5, very affordable contract at that point. And then he's got various bonuses that come in here. This is why you can lower this number, because you're doing it through the bonuses and you're keeping them all. Guaranteed salary, $26 million next year. So next year, Amon Ra's salary is low, but they're paying more money to Penei Sewell. And the cap number is $9 million, and that's because of the bonuses, right? Let's go to 2026. And that's where these numbers, that you got the cap number about at the same spot again, right? And you got the bonuses kicking in. Your base salary is $19 million. So year 3, Penei Sewell, base salary of $23 million. Your cap number is $32 million. And in 28, $25 million base salary, $34 million cap number. This isn't ridiculous, because you got Penei Sewell one more year than you do Amon Ra St. Brown, and you got the best left tackle, and it's not ridiculous. That you watch, because Penei Sewell got paid, but you know what? Next year, there's going to be another crop of tackles that are going to get paid. And the year after that, when it's your turn, you usually have to sign the big deals, the gigantic deals. So let's look and see what we got. We got anybody in here commenting on this stuff yet? Chad says, sitting here in my super secret free parking area. Look at that. Happy draft day. Paula Jones in the house. David Eastman's in the house. Brad's turn to play. That would be Looney Tune kid that come in by accident. I don't know. Maybe. Dwayne Keene says, good morning. Detroit Fan Man's in the house. It's crazy to think about how Sewell has extended his contract at only 23 years old. I mean, there are still quite a few draft picks now, only at the beginning of their rookie deal today, that are older than him. Isn't that great? I mean, he's not only the best tackle in the league, but he's only 23 years old. So he's going to be the best for at least the next, he's going to be 30 years old at the end of this contract. And that's beautiful. I like the way that they constructed these contracts. I'm not going to lie. When you look through those, it looks like Penei Sewell's is more like a 6-year deal, because it looks like from that, it kind of just looks like they had him play out the contract and they added 4 years down at the end, and they threw some bonuses in for this year, and they threw some bonuses in for next year, plus what they would have given him for the 5th-year option. And I think that they just added that $114 million at the end of the contract. So, which is fine, because in 2 years, that number is going to go way up, and this contract is going to end up looking good in 3 years. But when it comes to the top players in a league, and you're going to be lucky and happy that you have them locked up right there. But for everybody just jumped on right here, this is Football Talk with Russell Wayne. It's a daily deal right here. We talk football. We have football content on our page, which is the Villain Squad. And we appreciate anybody that follows the Villain Squad. We're approaching 50,000 followers. And we love talking football every day. Every afternoon at 3 o'clock right there. And then we got Main Event Mike on Mondays. He's doing the weekly thing, bringing back the main event as a show, broadcasting into the Villain Squad YouTube page and the Facebook page. And tonight, I'm heading over to Mike's house here in a couple of hours, man. We're going to be eating some food. We're going to be talking draft. And that's why I wanted to make sure that I was talking about these contracts when we were coming in here and about the effects. And when you look at our cap space here, let's go ahead and take a look at that again. So we're looking at our cap space. We're still sitting there at $26 million. So they got these two caps, these two contracts done, and the Lions still have $26 million in cap space. So I don't know how they're going to allocate that. Maybe they're saving some of that so they can get this deal done with Jared Goff. But I do know that in June, I think that this money right here from Cameron Sutton, because he has the post-June release. Oh, no, it's a base salary. So this is not off of the books yet. This $10 million from Cameron Sutton. Right now, it's reflecting $26 million. And really, it's going to be $36 million when we get to June 1st and they get that release, because they're going to get all of that base salary back. Okay? So I hope that helps somebody that's out there so far. Main Event Mike says, draft day, bitches. One pride. Detroit Fan Man says, will Sewell reach his peak in 5 years? I mean, he's already elite. I think that he's going to be a Sewell. There's going to be a Sewell statue at Ford Field one day. I think he's going to be the greatest tackle of all time. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but there were some articles that were coming out that were talking about how Sewell and his stats against the best pass rushers in the league, and he's a beast. I mean, the Bosa, Daniil Hunter, all the best guys, they try Penei Sewell and they don't succeed. So in 5 years, he's a brick wall. There ain't nobody coming on the right or left side, depending on where he's going to be, and that's it. The Sewell, one funky Lions fan. Love that comment. Sewell is a gold jacket loading. And you know what? So is Amon Ra St. Brown. And this isn't even homer talk, guys. These guys are backing it up in the numbers. So unless the sun god falls off the face of the earth, if he just keeps doing the things that he's doing, and when people look at his numbers, he's not going to be the best wide receiver in the league by numbers year by year. He's just going to be consistent and consistent and consistent and consistent. And when he gets done with his career, he's going to be one of the greatest of all time. He's had one of the best starts. And no one year that he's had, really outshines like super years. Like, you got Justin Jefferson coming in and getting the 1,500 yards and all that. Well, what Amon Ra St. Brown does is he's Mr. Consistency. He's going to be at like 1,100, 1,300, 1,500, 11, 12, 13. He's going to be there. He's going to be there. He reminds me of Hines Ward as far as physicality. I've said that since the beginning when they drafted him. He's like the Hines Ward. He's not super sexy in speed or anything like that, but he does everything. He catches everything. Wes Welker. That's another one that's like it. I mean, he may not be the outside super X receiver or whatever that you're looking for. That's what you're looking for when you think top receivers. But no, he's a slot receiver and he's the best at it. He's going to catch 120 balls this year because he's a target monster. You can count on him to get 5 yards on third down. That's Amon Ra St. Brown, baby. And he's going to get his gold jacket too. And, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's way too early, Russ. Okay, wait. Wait 2 years, and eventually you're going to be there with me. You're going to be there with me, but I'm not waiting. That's what he is. That's what Genesee Sewell is. The Lions sent a deep message to the entire roster of people that's going to be drafted this weekend that the Lions says, if you work your ass off, then this organization will reward you. We won't screw you over and, let you do all this work and then let somebody else pay you. If we draft you and we believe in you and you're part of our core foundation, we will pay you. Why haven't the Lions got all these free agents? Why didn't you get the new Hunter? Because we want to pay our own guys. Because this is what we want to do. We want to extend our own guys. We want to draft, develop, and then extend our own guys. And you're watching the plan play out to perfection. I mean, they're sitting back, they listen to all the pundits, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell. You guys are funny. You guys are funny. Like, we've had a 3-year plan, and it's going as good as it can go. Even said last year, they're ahead of schedule. This year coming in is what they expected last year, what we got last year. They expected to do last year this year. They expected it to take 3-4 years to build it. They did not expect to be able to build that up and go to the NFC Championship in the 3rd year. This thing is getting built, baby. Getting built. And when I look at it, I love it. I absolutely love it. So let's move on right here, and I want to do an experiment right here, see if anybody's even paying attention. And I want to ask this question to you. What is your crazy draft surprise spoiler? What is going to happen tonight that's going to blow everybody's mind? That you can sit back and you can pull a Jeremy Ballrick. He's going to be like, I told you that this was going to happen. I have been saying this. Now, when you're on a program like Jeremy and I are on every single day, and we throw in just about every opinion that you can possibly throw out there, eventually you're going to get one right. But what I'm asking you to do right here, right now, is to gather up all your spoilers, all this bullshit that you've been spewing out for the last 3 months. Yeah, I think they're going to take a corner. All of that. What is the craziest surprise? What is the big thing that's going to happen tonight? And I got one for you. I got a couple of them for you. I mean, I don't know if it's a big spoiler, but I do not think that the Lions are going to stay at 29. And I don't know if I don't know where to go, whether it's going to be an up or down thing, but I don't know if that's a spoiler enough to say that the Lions are not staying at 29, but it's going to be a feel thing. And after I'm done talking about this part, we're going to do a mock draft, and we're going to go through pick by pick, and we're going to pick all of them. We're going to pick everybody, and we're going to see if we can make some stupid stuff happen. And maybe I'll bail in the middle of it, but I just want to have some fun with that. But what is your draft day spoiler? I want to see if I have anything in here yet. Yeah, Funky, and now the Bengals need to pay Chase more than they paid Amon Ra St. Brown. Nice on both accounts. Yep. Talk Goff. What's he deserve? What's Goff deserve? What's Goff deserve? That's a good one. Right there. Lions trade. Oh, I like that. There you go. Joseph says Lions trade Hendon Hooker and have 2 first-round picks. You think they get a first-round pick out of Hendon Hooker? That would be crazy. That I mean, there might be some crazy stuff right there. I like that one. Thank you for answering that. Fred says 9 people on YouTube and 6 likes. Hit that like button. Yeah, hit the like button. If you like football talk and you're listening to words that are coming out of my mouth about football, then you should hit the like button, because that's what we do here. Mike Sandstrill, for sure. Hooker ain't getting moved, especially when golf talks have shut down. Okay, my draft day special has to do with a different team in the NFC North. And I wanted to put this out there because it doesn't just, when I say a spoiler alert, it doesn't just have to be with the Lions. I don't think that, that'll be all right if you use the Lions. But I think it's going to come from the Bears. And my spoiler is going to be that the Bears will pick Caleb Williams at number 1. And then there's going to be a couple other quarterbacks and some wide receivers. I don't know when they're going to pull their move, but I think the Bears are going to pull a Houston Texans, and they are going to package up something from next year, maybe their second-round pick that they got that's extra, maybe both of their second-round picks, and they will move back up into the top 5 to either pick like a Malik Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr., or a Joe Alt. So they will get Caleb Williams and one of the top tackles or wide receivers, and they will trade up and have 2 top 5 picks. Maybe even 1 and 3. We'll see how they have to do that. But I think that the Bears think that they have players all over the place, and it's like they're at the point where I think that the Lions are now. It's like you got young players. You don't know where they're at. I think the Lions are a little more solid than the Bears are, but they have good talent. And there comes a point where you're replacing young talent with young talent. So you have to bet on people. And as you can see, they've spent some money. They've traded. They've used draft capital to bring in guys like Sweat, to bring in guys like DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. So they brought in their veteranship through draft, trading their draft capital, and then paying and using the money that they've had. So I don't know if the need for them to draft all of these extra people are now. I know that they don't have a ton of draft capital this year. So I think the Bears might be looking at just going boom, boom. All right, the Bears are done with their draft. They're done with their team. So that's mine. That's mine. I think the Bears trade back up into the top 5, and that'll be cool. That'll be exciting. So that's my draft day spoiler. What is your draft day spoiler? It doesn't count unless you write it down. You can't say you called it. You can't come here. Yeah, I've been telling my friend. Don't tell me that. Put it in the comments. What is your crazy draft day surprise spoiler? So you can say that I told you so. What is that going to be? I think the Bears are going to use their other pick and trade up and grab either Joe Alt or one of the big wide receivers. So, let's see. Let's see what we got in here. Scott Harrison, what's up, buddy? Love to see you in here, Mr. Harrison. Jacob says Mike Sandstrill. Yep. One Funky Lions fan says the Broncos. Okay, here we go. This one Funky Lions fan is following instructions here. I love you. I love you. You get a 3. You get 3 banger on that because you're following directions. We're using our minds, our football minds. We're expanding them, right? The Broncos are going to use Surtain in a trade and move up and get a quarterback in my shocking move. I love it. That's nice. Joseph says, after Goff is done, Hooker will be 34 years old. I don't know about that. So what do we got here? Admittedly not that shocking, we are drafting at least 3 linemen, including both sides of the ball. I don't know. That's kind of shocking. I'll take that as shocking. 3 linemen? I mean, there's a lot of positions. We could be going cornerbacks. A lot of people think we need cornerbacks. So I like that. That's a good shot. Hooker will just turn 26. This he's too old narrative has gotten old by itself. I agree with that. I mean, he's definitely not old by any stretch of the imagination. He's a couple of years younger than Goff. We got two good young quarterbacks. Joseph says, sorry, it's 32 years old. I don't care who the quarterback is, to be honest, but really, I do hope Hooker takes over. Takes over just to watch the Hooker haters talk about how they always used to like him. It will be funny to me. I like that. Bear Down Mike says, Detroit and Green Bay, beware, the monsters of the Midway are coming. Bear Down Mike, you did not miss my hot take, did you? Did you just get here, Bear Down Mike? That's what I want to know. Did you just get here, Bear Down Mike? Because I'm going to re-go over my hot take because it has to do with your team. So the question that we asked, Bear Down Mike, and just to catch you up to speed, because you deserve to be caught up to speed because you're one of the longtime friends of this show. What is your crazy draft surprise spoiler? And mine was from your team. I think that the Bears will select Caleb Williams at number 1, and they will trade into the top 5 to either select a Marvin Harrison Jr., Malik Neighbors, or Joe Alt, one of those top guys. I think they're going to pull a Houston Texans and end up with 2 top 5 picks, maybe using their seconds for next year to get up there and do that. Because I do believe that the Bears are close by their estimations. They've drafted the players and they brought in the players, and they believe you're not going to be changing that much because you got a good young roster. So the only thing that you're going to do by drafting a whole bunch more people is replacing young people with young people. So they may trade up and make sure that they get the 2 best at their respective positions. So that's it. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Bear Down Mike? How do you like that for a hot take? And I'm using your team. So, what is the internet supposed to be safe space all of a sudden? What is it? Just an FYI, I don't think drop marching is working. We're not getting any of the effects. You're not getting effects. Oh, you guys aren't hearing my you like that? Oh, that's awful. I want to do that. What the heck? None of my you like that's are working. I'm trying to see if I got here. It looks like it's on. My drop machine, we don't hear anything. Just wanted you to know. All right, well, I won't do that anymore. I'll fix it. I probably got a misconnection over there somewhere. And I don't know how to do that. I wouldn't know how to do that. Maybe I need to hook up my... Try to put it through there. But anyway, says Bear Down Legs, if Poles believes that he needs to get ahead of the Titans to get Alt, then do it. If not, then take a Dunze, trade back, and go get or trade back and get JPJ. That sounds like a safe move right there. But I do believe that you'll have to get ahead of Tennessee to get Alt. And if I'm a Bear fan, which I'm not, but if I was, that's what I'd be looking to do. And if they do that, I'm not going to be happy about it. You know, if they trade up and do that. But that's my big draft day special that I think is going to happen right there. Now, we had a little discussion about the Lions yesterday, doing a little trade back from 29, and I don't know. Let's go into it. I want to do a mock draft right here and kind of get some stuff going in here. And I think I changed my mind. I don't want to do an everything draft because I don't want to pretend like I know what everybody else wants. So I'll still do mine. I'm going to go through it slow again so we can see. But we might as well do it. It's draft day, folks. This is like the last time that we're going to be able to do these things. I know some of you might be sick of mock drafts, but I don't care. You're not going to really be doing many of these. I'll probably do one more tonight because we're going on at 11 o'clock or 7 o'clock for the draft special tonight. I'll be over at Mike's house here in a couple hours doing the 3rd annual draft special. And it's going to be fun. I'm very excited for this draft. This is very awesome to me. But let's go in here. Let's do another mock draft and let's see what we can find right here, because I really believe that Holmes is going to let the draft come to him. Because he's going to have probably a list of, 15 to 20 players that he's going to have that high grade on. And they're not, I don't know if it's wide receivers. I don't know what position that they see that they like. But let's see what they do here. Because I'm not going to do anything crazy for them right now. Oh, look at that. And no trade out right there. Joe Alt ends up going 4 right there. J.C. Latham. Drake May going to the Vikings. Bet they'd love that. To have Drake May just slip all the way to 11. Oh, yeah. It's looking good. So, I believe the Lions could be here at the best of the rest, and they get here. Only one trade available. But look what falls. It's like value falls, man. Because when you look back through here, what did they get happy with? We got the quarterbacks. We got 1, 2, 3 quarterbacks, 4 quarterbacks. Did we get 5 in there? Let me see if they ended up getting another one. No. 4 quarterbacks go. Wide receivers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Brian Thomas going at 15-4. 4 wide receivers go. Tackles. 1, 2. There's a ton of good tackles. 3, 4, 5, 6 tackles go. And defensive tackles, defensive interior guys. Let's see, we got Byron Murphy. See, right there. Like if Brad Holmes is going to draft to go up, I think it's going to be right around in this, 16 to, like all the way up. Not all the way, but any of these guys, if they really like Brian Thomas, I see them they could move up. Byron Murphy. I mean, he's really the best defender that was on that Texas team, even though Sweat won Defensive Player of the Year. And right here, you're looking at a bunch of these cornerbacks going. You lost value on cornerbacks, but Johnny Newton sitting there available. Would you take it? Or, I mean, the only trade down offer right here is Miami, and it's like value fell to you. He's obviously the best player right there. You need interior depth that you're going to be there. You don't know if you're going to be able to keep Aleem McNeil through next year. So there you go. You got yourself a Newton, and I would take that Newton right there easily. I know a lot of people love Chop Robinson, but you know what? It's my draft. I'm going to look through here. We're going to see what we can do. We can do more than one if you guys want. Let's see. Super Bowl or bust, says Donkey Kong. Some people's children. Somebody took a cheap shot. I'm a Lions fan. I root. Name calling. Who's calling names? Sewell talk golf. What's he deserved? Third most receptions. Detroit. He's been better than I thought. I think that you want to have a conversation about Jared Goff. I mean, I love me some Jared Goff. I do. I love me some Jared Goff. But let me see. So, Russ, I'd like you to know this mock individually and conclusively is singularly the most impressive, informative, franchising, inspiring draft I've seen. Thank you for sharing. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. No effects. Chad says there's no effects. It's clear there's a slappy in this. Okay, there's the name calling. It's okay to have a slappy person. Drop machine. I don't hear anything. It's very quiet. It's very quiet. Is that what you said? It's very quiet. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do for that. You know, but whatever. I don't need a drop machine. I don't need it. I don't need it because we're in here doing this mock draft. And right here, I'm already seeing an opportunity that we could do a trade back. You look at that. You look at that. You got Michael Penix Jr. right there. And I don't think the Lions would take him. TJ Tampa is right there. There's a great one that you could take. But who's offering a trade? Denver Broncos at pick 76. Miami Dolphins at pick 158. Wow. You better. Absolutely not. But let's see what the Broncos want to do with pick 76 here. Pick 76 will give you 61. You want to give me Surtain? Patrick Surtain? They will not do it. No. What if we just do it? Ooh. Why would you do that? Let's give you a low pick right there. Will not be accepted. You kidding? Unbelievable. They want too much for Patrick Surtain. Let's see about the picks. They'll give us 121. I mean, you want us to trade back that many spots? Let me see what we got in here. Who do we? I like TJ Tampa. I'll take TJ Tampa. We need a big corner, and that's what he is. You know, it's impressive to watch a cornerback of Tampa's size move the way that he does. His start and stop ability for a player who has more mass and longer legs is well above average. He ranked in the 98th percentile in force and completion rate. You want long arms and somebody that you can coach. That's going to be my pick, TJ Tampa. I ain't taking that stupid trade. You better come up more than that. You want to jump up here. Give it some of these studs. I'm not going to let that go. I'm not going to let that go. So, all right, what do we got here? Ooh. So, what do we got for a trade? Pick 94. We trade back to pick 94. Can we rape them? We don't really have a middle pick right there. They'll do that. Can we get like next year's second round pick? No. How about a third round pick? We can get next year's third round pick to trade back. How about 132? 11% chance. Let's do a long shot. Make sure that we rape them up real nice. No, they won't let me do it. All right. How about 130? You want a little bit later? A little bit later? You like that? No. 176? Come on, man. You got to work with me here. You got to work with me. Let's see what we got in here. They're not playing games with me. I'm trying to offer them some good stuff right here. Let me look and see what we got in here position wise. Do we have any of these guys? I mean, all these guys you could pick. Do you like any of those wide receivers? 6'7". 6'7". Holy crap. You want an X receiver? Can't catch the ball. I don't know if I want that, but damn. You want a big receiver? What? A fiery approach to the position. So Jermaine Burton. As long as his size doesn't cause him to be pushed around, his elite quickness will win in the off coverage and the flanker in the slot. I need another slot wide receiver. I don't like that. Javon Baker. Anybody in there we like? We like that. 6'1", could be a solid wide receiver, vertical offense. His long speed limitations hurt his ability to separate. Nah, we need a guy that go up and get the ball. And so I don't like any of those. I don't like any of those guys. See, this is good. I like doing stuff like this. Let me see if I'm boring everybody in here. Oh, let's see. I suppose they supposedly want a first and a second for Surtain. Hey, it's all right. You know, when you get into the middle of the draft, that's that's where the guys might go. And Bear Down Mike says that the Broncos picked up his 5th-year option. That don't mean that he won't get traded. That just means that he's got a guaranteed salary. Honestly, it might help the fact that he's going to get traded because you'll be able to save that cap money and then be able to pick up picks. I don't think they're going to get a ton right there if you're giving, because if he picked up his 5th-year option, that means he's like in the top 5 cornerbacks in the league. That's they put the average in there. So that means it's probably $20 million for that. Bear Down, they have picked up so they can eat some of the cap space and make him more attractive. Yeah, we're right there. See, that he just said that. Detroit, the Funky Lions fan, had that right. Johnny Wilson or Javon Baker there. Fun tape to watch. So I'm sorry, I got distracted right there. So let's look at some of these other positions, though. I mean, we need. What did we take? We got a cornerback and a defensive interior guy. So pass rusher, wide receiver. Let's see what we got as far as a pass rusher in here. If we got any good edge in here. Yeah, none of these guys that I would take. Xavier Thomas is good, but I'd like to get him in the 3rd round if I can. So we're at pick 73, and San Francisco is the only one that's offering a trade. Damn. All right, let's see what we got here. How about guards? Yeah, we get interior offensive linemen. Let's look at that. Let's see what we got. Hey, we'll go ahead and grab Cooper Beebe. That's that if Jeremy Ballwork's watching, he'd probably just got aroused right there. We'll take Cooper Beebe. So we got an interior offensive lineman. I hope that I'm not pissing you guys off. I think this is a pretty good draft so far, honestly. First and second rounds, rich for a PS. I don't know what we're talking about there. Andrew says, not sure who's in the draft. I don't watch college football. Who did Russell pick? Just got here. I took Cooper Beebe with the 3rd round pick or the 3rd pick, and I couldn't find any trade partners. So that's just kind of like It is what it is. Gosh, we got to get this moving faster. Let's go. Come on. There you go. But now we're getting into the late round picks. And this is where, like, I don't know where as many of the guys are. This is where we can learn a little bit with each other. So guys like Andrew that are in here, he's like, he's not sure who's in the draft. So Andrew, just so you know, the way that PFF has got this broke down. So PFF did all their PFF grades on every college player, and then they've ranked the players. And I don't know what type of algorithm that they use, but these are first, second, third round guys, and these are guys that are generally going to be available in these rounds. They usually do a pretty good job with who the guys are that they want to have. So here we are. This is like the 5th round pick, I believe. And we need a wide receiver. Well, do we got a good wide receiver down here in the bottom? I don't know. How about safeties? What do we got? It looks like we got some wide receivers that are right here in that same. Oh, there we go. Check him out. So Marcus Roseme Jackson, 6'2", 195 pounds. This is the 5th round. Georgia Bulldog. It says the bottom line is Rosemary lacks difference-making NFL athleticism, but he is determined, intelligent player who can round out a receiver room with special teams experience to boot. Expect him to be a priority day 3 depth player. I like him. I think that he's one of these guys. I like him enough to draft him, but let's look at Jalen Coker from Holy Cross Crusaders. Don't have a lot of information on Coker. Will have to overcome his limited athleticism, but he's smart, versatile route runner with reliable hands. He should be a draft and develop wide receiver number 5. I like Mr. Rosemary better. So we're going to draft Marcus Rosemary here is, oh, no, wait. Well, look at that. We got Zach Zenter. You want to draft another guard? I don't know. This guy was like an injury. Zenter is a powerful interior offensive lineman whose skill set and size fit perfectly in Michigan's power run scheme. Oh, man, I don't know. I don't know if I can turn that down right there. But that's all right. We need a wide receiver. We already got one offensive lineman. I don't know, man. I can't turn it down. I can't turn it down. Could have had DeCamerion Richardson right there too. God, that's another good one. Another good one. DeCamerion Richardson, a good cornerback that has elite traits. See what kind of cornerbacks we have here. Do I have any of my favorite guys in there? I like Nehemiah Pritchett. I've heard lots about him too. His quickness and special teams experience made him a cornerback to draft and develop. Unless he gets stronger, it'll be tough to keep him on the field full time in the NFL. Well, that's obvious. Where you're going to get into an NFL weight room, I'm good with that. How about Elijah Jones, 6'2", has the length and movement skills to find a role as a backup outside corner for a team that likes to play slot and press man coverage. I like that. Either one of these guys will do. I like Nehemiah's name better, so we'll go ahead and take him there. And then we get 205 right here. And maybe we'll go with both of those guys. Let's see if we can get both of them. Did I lose both of them? No, we'll go ahead and take both of these guys. Elijah Jones, 2 developmental cornerbacks right there in the late rounds that can play special teams. So Andrew says, I just meant I won't judge Detroit because I don't have time nor patience to follow the college world and never get to state an opinion. Is that's why I watch y'all on here. Hey, I love it, man. I don't know any more about them than anybody else on here. I read about these guys And I use these mock drafts as an exercise so I can get to know these guys. And then I listen to professionals like Chris Sims and, Braylon Edwards that actually have experience breaking down tape to find out the little nuances, try to learn a little bit more. So I'm glad that you guys like the show. And here we are in the last round right here. Let's see what we got. Let's take a safety. Dejon Anthony. Let's look at Anthony. Spent just one season with Ole Miss, and it turned out to be the best season, best season in college. He's not an incredible athlete. No, I don't want that. I want an incredible athlete. That's what I want. I want somebody that, how about a tackle from Wyoming? They got anything on him? Really struggled as a pass blocker down the stretch, and that's a big concern. I don't know. I don't want to get that anything in a big concern. Maybe I'm just thinking too much right here. I'm thinking too much. Cam Little could be the kicker out of Arkansas. How about defensive lineman right here? What do we got? 295, 1 gap penetrating, 3 technique defensive tackle for 4-3 scheme, measurable and run defense limitations likely limit him to a rotational pass rusher. Don't think that's going to be there. Maybe a small school kind of guy. What am I looking here about? Edge. Omar Brown, safety from Nebraska. What's he got here? What's the measurables there? 6'1", 200. After an impressing Northern Iowa early in his career, he moved to Nebraska, closed out his college career with an impressive 2023 season. And against the run, he earned an 84.5 PFF grade last season. Good enough to be a depth player with developmental potential. Like it. Let's go. All right. What do we got? We got 4 more minutes. Let's let them grade my draft. And then we're going to do one more. Look at those A's. Look at that. We hit that. Cooper Beebe. Look at that. I think that we would be happy with that draft right there. We got 4 secondary pieces, 2 offensive linemen, and a defensive interior. You might say I wanted a pass rusher, but that's all right. We got a lot of pass rushers. You've solved some problems right here, and then you got some competing guys. Got some competing guys right there. They love the Pritchard pick. Gave me 3 A's. Gotta like that. Gotta copy that one. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. I'll save that. All right, new mock draft. You guys want to help me out there? Let's get in here. Let's get in here. I want like going slower right here, and I'll go back through that. Everyone knows Caleb Williams is going first. We're starting over, folks. What did you think of my last draft that I had right there? We're having some fun right here. See 3 linemen feels right. Yeah, it does. It does. One of each. And the thing is like we're going to let value fall here. We're going to do the experiment again. When you get to pick 29, like which one of these guys are the ones that you want to move up for? And there's Newton again. You know what? I don't want the same guys there. Let's restart this. Let's mess with this. Move that. Do a little more randomness. Let's see what we can get here. Go ahead. Zip it through. Zip. All right. Now we got some. Whoo! JJ McCarthy slipping all the way down. Wow. We got to do this one. Fuaga is available. Holy smokes. Pick 31. Oh my gosh. You guys better give me. Oh no, you got to give me that. Now, I mean, I don't care if it's only 2 pieces. You guys are going to make me want to. Kansas City, 3 pieces away, 32-64. Now, I'm sorry, man. There's too good of people on this board right now. What would you do? I mean, right there. Like, I know he's listed as a tackle, but this is a guard in the NFL. Fuaga. He destroyed. Here's what I have on Fuaga right here, and this is one of the ones. This is what. This is who Chris Sims believes is the best interior offensive lineman in the draft. Fuaga's tape is that of a starting offensive lineman, whether that be a tackle or a guard. He brings powerful mentality needed to stand out in the trenches. He has adequate length for foot speed, good offensive line IQ, and elite strength. He's a starting offensive lineman. That's my pick right there. And let me read what Chris Sims says right here. He says the same thing. Standalone, best interior offensive lineman in this draft. Destroys people in the run game, and the second level blocking is insane. Amazing athlete at his weight at 320. That's my pick right there. That's my pick. That would be a dream scenario right here. A dream scenario is that Fuaga is available with that first pick. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow. I don't even know what to do. I'm giddy on that. Second round pick. They got no trades available. Devontae Walker is somebody that we brought in. Is somebody that the Lions are interested in. That is a possibility pick right there. Jaden Hicks. I like that too. Jonah Ellis. Another real good pass rusher. Some might say he's a little bit light. Just needs to get some stronger. Ellis comes from an NFL family. He's smart, disciplined with his fundamentals. They say that his technique can overcome his limitations right here. They brought in Andrew Phillips. And where's Melton at? Max Melton's got to be in here still. Did he already get picked? Yep, he did. Man, that sucks. Andrew Phillips might be a pick right here, or Marshawn Nealand. Getting the edge from Western Michigan. But I like Andrew Phillips. They really liked him. They thought he was one of the better cornerbacks that's moved up the draft in here. But I don't know, man. I'm thinking that it's probably going to be the Devontae Walker right here. I'm going to go right there. If I'm going to go wide receiver, I know that they brought him in. We'll go there. Devontae Walker, a little something different. Oh, there we go. 6'3" cornerback. This is one of my favorite picks right here to get right here in this third round. Jackson is an alluring prospect because of his size and athleticism combination. Don't come around very often. However, he must anticipate routes better and try not to rely on his recovery speed so much. And if he can do all this, he'll be starting level cornerback. 6'3", $195, and you're talking about upper echelon athleticism. So let's see what kind of trades they got here. Pick 77. We can trade down 4 spots. You give me 112, 27% chance. Well, if you give me 112, we'll do this. And they won't. How about I give you 249 back? That help? No. How about 205? I'll give you 205 back. No. Oh, Jaden Hicks is still available. Look at that. Damn. That looks like the pick right there. This is a Brad Holmes dude if I ever seen one. 6'3", 212. Hicks is a well-built, strong safety that can play at all 3 levels of the field. He's a tone-setting tackler with starting potential in 2 safety systems. I love it. I love it. There's my pick right there. He slipped all the way to 73. They're going to give me an A+ for that one. No trades in this. No trades in this. Look at that. Chad's about ready to have he about ready all over himself. Cam Hart is available with the 5th round pick. Let's take him. Just because Chad's so happy right now. We got Cam Hart, baby. We got Cam Hart. Let's see if we can get DeCamry on in here. This is a good spot to get DeCamry on. But he probably already went. Elijah Jones again. Oh, damn. All right, let's see what we got in. We got a wide receiver. What did we get? I want to look at my draft so far here. So we've gotten, that's the steal right there. I can't believe that one. I can't believe that one. Wide receiver, safety, and cornerback. Wow, that is good. That is good. Let's look at these. Safety and cornerback. Any edges in here that look nice? That look nice. 197. We're not getting any value right there. The biggest value, it looks like they got some of these other guys. And I don't know who to get right here. Oh, how about Dominic Hampton? That's another safety, though. But I like these big. I mean, we want to play physical at the line of scrimmage. You know, maybe another interior offensive lineman. And there's just nothing there. Oh. How about cornerbacks? Maybe we'll just go back into the cornerbacks. Because we are at pick 201, right? Or 201 and 205. We'll go with the Elijah Jones right there. And Logan Lee. The unique build skill set, move to an edge adventure might be in his future. Get a bit more weight on him. Or he can be a defensive tackle. These tweener guys, that's why these guys they're too big to be a defensive tackle, and they're too small to be an end. 6'5", 305. He's a gap shooting mentality. We'll give you some space, but it's inconsistent beyond that right now. And that's what you're going to get down here at the bottom of these drafts. Joe Milton. And so these guys are going to be developmental guys regardless. Austin Reed. Look at these guys. I don't know what to do, guys. Let's take Josh Proctor, best player available, looks like. See, this is where they're so much smarter than us, guys. You know, we don't know who to take right here. You couldn't tell me who to take. Take some extra dudes. Take some guys. Got to get some guy. A+. Look at that. Look at those A's. Getting Cam Hart at pick 160 or 156. They didn't like the Devontae Walker one. Oh, well. I think that they would love that pick. They would love that pick. All right, it's 4:09. I'm going to turn into a pumpkin, and we're going to be live here in a few minutes anyway to do this. But thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for popping on here today and talking. Lion says Chris Sims is a jackass. You know what Chris Sims is? Chris Sims is a guy that's played more football than me and you. And you know what? I listen to professionals. go out there. And Chris Sims is not a jackass. Chris Sims is a guy that doesn't go that he doesn't go with the grain. He doesn't go out there and listen to all the Mel Kipers of the world. One Funky Lion said, I like Jonah Ellis's dad when he played. Detroit Fan Man says, only one lineman. I don't know, Russ. Hey, you got to let the draft fall to you. You got to let the draft fall to you. Because when you look at that, I mean, look at that. Only one lineman, but one lineman that can play all 5 positions. He's one of the best tackles in college, and he's got the size. He'll be in the middle. I mean, you're talking about an elite backup right there, and he might win one of the starting jobs. He could probably win over Glasgow. So, man, the Ororo, I'd get Chris Braswell. Yeah. You know what? Like I said, I'm pretty good within the first 4 rounds when it comes with this stuff, but then, I'm just like everybody else after that. But thank you everybody for joining us today. And I've had a lot of fun today. I'm so excited to get into the draft. And we're hoping that you guys join us here in a couple hours because the future is now. The future is now. At 7 p.m., we're going to be live. We'll do another mock draft in here. And we'll also be live tomorrow night for the second day. We're going to let Brad Holmes cook. Is Brad Holmes even going to pick? Is he even going to pick on day 1? We don't even know. But we're having some fun. We're going to have some fun with it anyway. We're going to eat some good food. We're going to go over to Mike's house. And we're going to enjoy this draft. As I've come to the end of my time right here. This is Football Talk Daily with Russell Wayne. Faith, family, and football. Thank you to everybody that uses the giving link in our description. We're out here, NTC. I'm so proud of my church. They're out serving the community in Genesee County. They are serving people, helping people, giving people hope. And if you're using that link, then you are helping us give people hope. And God bless you for that. Faith, family, and football. Now the family and football, you my family. You're my family. We talk football every day. And I love you guys. And I love you guys for being on here every single day with us. Use football to spend time with the people you care about. Don't let football use you. And may the Lord bless you. And may the Lord keep you. And may the Lord shine his face upon you until we meet again. Football Talk with Russell Wayne. Enjoy the draft tonight. Peace out.